I'm Michael Rigsby, the general manager of FloRacing. Anybody that wants to hop on, please say your name and the media affiliate you're with. JD, I'm going to start with you first. I think I'm joking when I ask this question, but I'm kind of serious, so I want you to take it as sort of a joke, but sort of serious. Are you ruining Eldora, and do you care?
No, I'm not ruining Eldora. I mean, give these two guys, starting up front and not having a problem, and then it'd be a hell of a show. But no, just everything worked in my favor tonight, and these two had bad luck. Obviously, they was really good coming from the back of the field. I don't know if I could have done that if I went back there. So, no, I don't think so.
When you get in a rhythm like this, in the rhythm that you've been in here, obviously, this is your 22nd Eldora feature victory. You now have 11 Eldora majors, right? 5 worlds, 4 dreams, including 3 in a row, an intercontinental, and of course the million. 22 overall, which we're checking might be the most Eldora super late model feature victories of all time, which we're trying to figure that out now. Do you ever feel like there has to be an end to this at some point? This can't go on forever. Can I do this forever? Or is that just something that never enters your mind?
Yeah, I mean, eventually, I'm not going to be able to keep up with these guys. It's getting harder and harder, but then, look at the front row tonight. I'm like, Dale is 59, y'all said, I think. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to do this for 17 more years. That's crazy he can do this and be that good. But no, I think I still got a few more ice cream seasons in me, but not too many more.
Bobby, one for you, and then I'll turn it over to the media. Do you feel like, I don't know if robbed is the right word, but hey, man, if I don't have to pull in, maybe it's going to be fireworks with JD and I got all the way back to second. Do you feel like, man, we were robbed of something tonight with you having to come in early?
No, I actually wanted to come in earlier, so it's a good thing the tire did go flat because I had killed my stuff early on. We weren't any good at the start. I was terrible, actually, so I got up top, started burning the line in, but you kind of take a gamble doing that when, they do that track prep and you get them like hard pieces of dirt, and that just ruins the tires sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't, but tonight it did. I saw on the Jumbotron there, people that were pulling in, their tires just looked cooked, and I knew mine was terrible too. So there was a caution 60-some laps to go, and I was just about to pull in. I really wanted to listen to my gut and pull in. I didn't, but tire eventually went flat, and when I put fresh rubber on, it was just night and day difference of the car. So if I could have done that earlier in the race, maybe then I could have got back up to the front in enough time to then race with them. But if we had a caution at the end, it would have been exciting.
I'm actually going to do one for Nick real quick before we open it up too. You were lapped. You actually were lapped in this race, and you were sitting here on the podium finishing third. Have you ever been so happy in a race where you've been lapped at any point? You have to be ecstatic given all that, Nick.
Yeah, I'm glad that they do the lucky dog now. A few years ago, we wouldn't have had that opportunity, but, man, that's why you never give up, kids. I mean, I was literally to the point of, like, I'm just going to pull in. I'm wasting my time at this point. And, I was just started moseying around the bottom because I didn't want to ruin the race for the leaders, and everybody's just trucking by me. And we got that caution, and then I was the second guy in line to get the lucky dog, and I was like, man, if we just get another one right away here, then I'll be all right. So under that first caution, I came in and just told my guys fix my spoiler and get me back out there, because at that point I was just kind of hanging on and for dear life, and they were able to somehow give me something back for a spoiler on the right rear there, and that changed the whole race car for me again. So, to go a lap down, get back to third. At that point, I was like, once I got back to, say, 7th or 8th, I was pretty happy with that, and then I just kept trucking along, and, I felt like my race car was really good. It was just my dumbass fault for running in the fence so early.
I'm going to go ahead and open it up to the media, so please come grab the microphone if you have a question.
Okay, JD, lap 22 caution comes out. You're 13th. 4 laps later, you're 5th. What did you find right there on the inside?
I didn't really find anything. Like, I've run the whole first 22 laps around the bottom, just pacing there and trying not to, like Bobby said, when those chromes blow across the racetrack, you just kill your tires. So I seen Bobby move out, and I seen Thornton move out, and a couple other people, and then they would kind of migrate back to the bottom. But as soon as that caution came out, all those guys forgot about the bottom. So they all started running the middle to the top, and I just cruised right around the bottom there. And like I said, before I knew it, I was like 4th or 5th. So I kind of surprised myself there.
Yeah, this is for Nick. You ran 4th 2 times, and you still like this format of 1 day off, and kind of like he said, you were lapped, but is this one of your best weekends, you would say?
Yeah, definitely my best weekend here for sure. yeah, I felt like I ran fourth both races this week, and I feel like people probably kind of overlooked me as being, a pretty good car here. And I raced around a lot of really good cars both nights, and I knew my program was pretty good as long as I didn't make no mistakes. And the heat race just didn't work out for me. I mean, we had Jonathan, McCready, and Turbo, which were all three of probably the fastest cars this weekend too. So at one point it looked like it was going to be JD, me, and McCready all in the top three, and we were in the same heat race. So that gets pretty tough. So it just didn't play out to start where I probably could have or needed to really challenge for a win. But early in the race you end up using your tires up a little bit too much, and it's just the way it goes.
Bobby, obviously you watch Jonathan, right? He's modern day Scott, modern day Billy Moyer. He's 11 major victories now. Your styles here are pretty different, right? The lines you run here are pretty different. When you kind of sit back and watch Jonathan, and I'm not saying, hey, I have to adopt Jonathan's line, but when you watch him, what do you make of the way he runs this racetrack?
Yeah, it's a lot like Scott, I'd say, through the middle, and they're able to, they're able to, just kind of make the bottom middle work when a lot of other people can't. So Jonathan says people forgot about the bottom. I don't think we forgot. We just couldn't do it like he could. So, I mean, you got to start searching around. But, I did follow him when he passed me at that portion of the race. I followed him. I got off the top. But by then, my tires were probably junk. So I couldn't really stick the line like he could. And I've ran races here. And, the last two times I won, the World and the Dirt Track World Championship, my tires looked great at the end of the race, whereas this time they were killed. So it's just sometimes it happens like that. And like I said, track prep played a big part of it. The track was so dang hard that they had to do it, and then it throws them little crumbs up there and kills the tires.
Kevin, you have another one? Yeah, Nick, I just kind of your general take real quick, Nick, on Jonathan Davenport killing everyone at Eldora over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, just witnessing dominance again, like Scott always did, and Billy and everybody. So he's just so good here. Any of these places where he can come down the hill and make speed down the straightaway, that's I feel like his best racetracks, and this is one of those that obviously he's the best at. But it adopts to that of like where you can kind of enter in the middle and drive down the hill, and you can make a lot of speed that way. So obviously his race car's good, and I can't thank him enough. He's part of the reason why I'm as good as I am right now. We kind of travel around the country a little bit together and bounce ideas off each other. And so a little bit of, me running the top three is owed to him of, sharing some notes and getting a little bit better.
Robert Simons, Race Pro Weekly. JD, before the races before the A-Main even went out into the track, a lot of drivers said that they wish that they made some changes a little bit differently. Looking back, do you think you made the right changes to put yourself into victory lane, or would you have made your car a little bit better to, progress yourself at the beginning of the race?
Well, I mean, as a driver, we always think we can be a little better, but when we win by 10 seconds, everybody else will tell me I'm fucking stupid. So, maybe like there's probably one change that I think I could make. That there was one portion there that I wasn't great towards the end, but I was okay. And just judging off the lap cars, of course they're lap cars, so I was better than they was, but I don't know how these other guys were. So if I was around good cars at that time, I could, kind of tell if that was better or worse. But like I said, man, I just been here so many times, and just like Scott, he come here so many times with the same exact car. He wasn't bouncing around. He built his own cars, so he always knew what he had, and had notes from there. And that's just I took a page out of his book. That's the reason I took one car and I just dedicated it to this place. And now I can go back and I can look at lap times, and I just flip through my notebook all the way, back to 2021. And this sport definitely progresses a lot each year, and you change stuff. But I always try to add in something that I've learned every time I come here through the prelim races, and sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. But it's always nice to have that big thick notebook to go back to.
I think final question, unless anybody has anything else, JD, real quick. I think for those of us who are historians of the sport, these guys on either side of you are certainly guys that paid attention to dirt track racing. I think most of us probably feel like it's 0, 21, and 49 all time. Like you have entered that pantheon that you are. In fact, don't shake your head at me when I ask you that question. I know you hate it, but I think you've entered that spot where you are probably in ascending, right? That you could still finish your career even higher. When I tell you that I think that you're the third greatest at present dirt late model driver of all time, what is your honest reaction to that?
I just can't believe somebody would, put my name with those three. As good as they've been, as dominant as they've been. I don't know. It's just I just feel very fortunate to have done what I have done. I don't know if it's part luck, part skill, or just having great car owners through the years, having, parents that always drove me. Dad, he always pushed me to the limits all the time. I don't know. Just definitely awesome. Thank you for saying that for sure. I don't feel like I'm there, but it is nice being in that conversation.
Guys, thank you so much. That'll wrap up the Infield Media Center press conference. Thank you to Bobby Pierce, Jonathan Davenport, and Nick Hoffman. Randy Weaver and I will be back in just a few minutes to wrap up from Dream 31.